haven't made it to the top, but I'm practicing. The mountains. So, oh, it's on. So now I mean business. The snow I see here is most likely the snow that I saw back then. Maybe, man, I'm just making it up. But as I go. Well, good morning everyone, and thank you very much for joining me again on my hikes. This is the first hike of the season, and today I've decided to hike to Near Point. And as you can see in the background, it's that mountain peak that you see at the top. I've decided to do this peak because it's a short hike. It's about 4 hours, but it is 3,000 feet around, and so fairly short. And because it's lower mountain, most of the ice has melted, so that means it's free for me to try. I hope it doesn't get too deep because I don't have the right shoes for that, but it looks like a really exciting hike. I've checked it out. You can start off from either Prospect Heights or Basher Trailhead. Normally I was planning on hiking from Basher Trailhead because I've never gone from there, but since I was getting a little late this morning, I decided I'll start off from Prospect Heights because that's really close to where I live. And it's a beautiful morning. It's about 4 degrees Celsius, probably around 39 degrees Fahrenheit, so really nice. I don't have a jacket, but I got something in my bag. I always carry something extra. I forgot my raincoat, but hopefully it doesn't rain today. It's really nice. It's really refreshing. Already saw someone else on this trailhead. He was running, and I'm gonna take my time and enjoy the beautiful scenery. Till then, see you soon. That's Near Point, and it looks pretty steep. They say it's quite steep, and it's one of those mountains that you see every day as you drive in Anchorage and you look to the not north, east. You look to the east and you see out there beyond the trees is Anchorage. And in fact, oh wow, you can see my work from there. There's the hospital, the first set of big buildings right in the center. It's such a good feeling to be as far away as I can from work and be in this beautiful, quiet environment with beautiful sounds of birds and of the stream down below. Καλημέρα σε όλοι στην Κύπρο. Σήμερα θα πάω hiking στο Near Point και είναι πολύ κοντά στο Anchorage και το βαθμός είναι περίπου 4 Celsius και είναι πολύ τέλεια και έλα μαζί μου και πάμε! So this trail has a lot of other trails that crisscross the path, and it's kind of confusing if you don't see the signs. So just make sure if you do see some signs, that you're heading towards the Wolverine Ball. And if you do see something further below, like down here, it says to Wolverine Peak, Near Point, and Wolverine whatever else. So that's where we're going, Near Point. Don't take any of the crisscross paths in between until you see the sign. Otherwise, you're going to end up somewhere else. And while that may be a great hike as well, you may end up walking much more than you plan on. So yeah, I'm jumping because we've got a lot of mud along the way. Because the snow has just melted, and I'm hoping higher up, we won't have so much of this mud and mud. So here's another stream. I wonder if this is the second bridge that we're talking about. If it is, not much of a bridge left. So the second bridge. So we're coming across another cross point. Actually, there's 3 paths. That one goes to Wolverine Peak, which is about 4,000 something feet. So just make sure you don't make a mistake wanting to go to near point, which is 3,000 something feet, and end up doing another extra 1,000. So let me see what the sign says. Okay, near point. This is all clear. I think from this point onwards, I don't have to worry about any of the other crisscross paths. So here we go. Bame. As you can hear, the beautiful sounds of the forest. It's so amazing, so nice, relaxing. So it's bear season again, and it's really important to keep looking around your surroundings because bears like to be near streams, and if you surprise them, well, you don't want to surprise them. I don't have my bear spray on me right now. I actually have it in my bag, but just feeling a little too lazy to get it. But it might be a good stopping point here. This is the 3rd bridge that I'm passing by, so a good place for a snack. That's a lot of moose hair. Look at that, that's all moose hair that's been shed. And it goes right across the path, all across the path, and even to the side. Look at that. If you don't believe me, it's not snow, it's moose hair. Oh, it doesn't jump at me. I don't know where it is. Probably in the back. That's a bear paw. Looks pretty fresh. I wouldn't say yesterday, but definitely early this morning. Okay, some pretty muddy parts here. I just put this branch down. Let's hope it works and I don't. Gotta hold on to this branch. I don't fall. I'm sure I get more likes and more subscribers if I do. Whoa. Uh-oh, doesn't look good. I made it. Beautiful. Who said hindsight is not a good thing? Look at that. Looking back and saw this. So in a few weeks time, all these bushes are gonna have their leaves, and when it rains and you walk past, you get really wet. But it looks beautiful once it starts getting its leaves. Yeah. I haven't made it to the top, but I'm practicing. I've taken off my sweatshirt and undershirt, and now I'm hiking with just my t-shirt, and it's actually pretty hot because I've been going uphill. It is still about 4 degrees Celsius, but being a true Alaskan, it's nothing for me. Wait till I go down. I'm going to put all my layers back on. And this is the kind of scenery that makes me want to hike every weekend here. There's Anchorage way down below. What a mesmerizing scenery. Oh, thank goodness. A nice natural bench for the weary. So I'm here, had a little break. I'm starting my break. It's as steep as they said. Once it starts, it goes straight uphill and doesn't relent. So I was glad to see this nice big rock jutting out. So I can have my break and some water. And it looks like I got mobile reception, so I'm gonna send some pictures. Wow. Look at the scenery back there. That's what I'm looking at while I'm enjoying myself, drinking water. So I got this speaker. It's actually pretty heavy, as small as it is. It's a JBL speaker, and I normally don't do this. I usually just have my headset on, and it's nice to listen to whenever I want. But considering that the bears have just woken up and they're very hungry, and they could be a little obnoxious if they're especially the black bears. So it's nice for them to listen to good old classical music. I always listen to classical music going up and good old metal coming back down. There's always a connection between classical music and metal. So Mozart was a metalhead. So I finally made it to a patch that's full of ice and snow, and not a good idea. I gotta turn back and find another way. The snow's going way too deep. If I fall down, I go sliding all the way down there. It doesn't seem to be too much fun. Okay, let me put this camera away. So there's the peak. It's been a very long incline without it flattening out at all. So I'm pretty tired, and that's what it looks like. Now to my right, I just realized that that's the path, if you can see it, that goes up to Wolverine Peak, which I did a video. It's behind this hill, which I did a video last year, just before winter started. So have a look at that. There's Anchorage in the background, looks nice. That was a nice patch there. Almost there. Almost to the top. And that's towards Wolverine Peak. So it's not that peak that you see, but it's well beyond it. Still got a lot ways to go. So I'm almost at the top and pretty tired considering this is the first hike that I've done this season. I'm really out of shape. It seems like while the bears were hibernating, so was I in my cabin. All winter time I didn't do anything. No exercise, just lifting the remote. Well, the temperature has dropped because we're getting a little higher. The wind's picked up, and since the wind is going over all the snow and ice, it's pretty freezing. I still got my t-shirt on, but I'm too lazy to take it off, to take my backpack off and get my jacket and everything else, because I'm almost there to the top. Probably another 5 minutes, if not one of those fake peaks that looks like it's a peak, and then right after that is another big peak. This could be 5 minutes, could be 10 minutes. See you at the top. Ladies and gentlemen, kiri, I finally made it to the top. And right after my last comment, it got so cold I had to put a few layers on, but here we are at the top of Near Point, and it was a fairly decent weather. I really enjoyed it. It looks like the other mountains I'm going to climb in a few weeks after I come back from Cyprus. They're all pretty cloudy, but they got a lot of snow, but probably as much as here. Look at that, look behind me. So they're covered with snow. And later on I'll explain which mountains are which, because I will be doing videos on all of these on the other side fairly soon. The one behind me is Wolverine Peak. If you haven't seen my video, please have a look. It was a really enjoyable video because that was the last hike I did just before winter, so that was like October sometime. And exactly as I was coming down, it started snowing a lot. There was already ice and snow up on top. But then exactly the next day, the whole mountaintop was covered with snow. So I had just squeezed in my last hike, which made me feel great. So, and now the snow I see here is most like the snow that I saw back then. Maybe, man, I'm just making it up, but as I go. But this is great. I think I'm gonna head over to, let me show you where. Back down there along the ridge and further down. I'm gonna have my lunch first. Okay, so pretty much what you see is all of Anchorage down below. So on the left side is south of Anchorage, and then on the right side is the north of Anchorage. And so now I'm going to zoom in to show you a few things. So you can't see too well, but that's where I work. That's my favorite coffee shop in that area, and I look at the mountains as I drink my coffee. And then go all the way down south. It's not so long, it actually takes 15 minutes. And I live somewhere in that area, nice and green area, close to the mountains and hiking trails. Beautiful. And to end the day, I've just gone to the flat area. It's starting to drizzle, and it's so refreshing. It's great. And I was coming down, I started getting really hot, started taking all my layers off. And then as I started coming down further, it started raining, and now it just feels so refreshing. All I need is a frappe, or frap as they call it here in the US, frap.